Hi guys, this is Emily Sosha from emilysosha.com, and I am coming on a live video actually tonight, which is super cool. I just realized I saw someone else do it, and so I figured out how to do it myself, and I thought I'd try it out, really because I want to do a guided meditation, a guided visualization tonight. And I often get really into it myself, and I close my eyes and I get into the space with you as well. So I figured it was probably better to do the audio because that way I could really get into the space and I'll walk you through it. So I wanted to do this because I realized that these past couple of weeks I have been talking about doing this very thing when I often give an example or advice of like what you can do afterwards, after you're feeling stressed or maybe anxious or you're working through something, and I'll say, well, you can meditate. And so it occurred to me that maybe you don't know how, or maybe you do know how, you do know what I'm talking about, but it's challenging to do it on your own. And so I wanted to leave a guided version of it so that you could follow along and maybe even come back to it if you were feeling like that was something that resonated with you. So that's what I wanted to do tonight. And so I'll go ahead and jump right in. If you're following along and you'd like to actively participate, that would be awesome. If you want to sort of tag the video for later and maybe come back to it at a point where you can, that is totally fine too. So if you're in a space where you can be seated either cross-legged or with your feet flat on the floor, go ahead and do that now. And if you haven't done so already, go ahead and close your eyes. And as you close the eyes, begin to feel the breath settle. And as you begin to feel the breath settle, allow the body to settle into the breath. And as you start to feel a little more release come with that breath, turn the attention to your body. And work your way from the bottom up. So either feeling the bum or the feet pressing firmly into the floor, whatever is closest all the way down to the floor. And feel that pressure there, and maybe even wiggle things around just a little bit so that you feel even more contact with the floor, drawing your attention to that space. And then allow that sensation to travel upwards. So into the calves and into the thighs. Maybe wiggling the toes around one last time for good measure. And continue to travel all the way up into the hips, into the pelvic area. Feeling sensation in the bottom of the belly. And maybe even tucking the tailbone under. So drawing the belly button into the spine, whether you're seated in a chair or maybe sitting cross-legged on the floor or on a sofa or something, tuck the tailbone under and draw the belly button into the spine even more so that you feel a little bit of an engagement through the abdominals. And then keep that going and lengthen upwards through the spine. So whether you realize it or not, you're probably pulling forward a little bit. It's totally natural. We all do it. We tend to be a very forward moving society, right? So we want to back it up just a little bit. And so tuck the tailbone under and lengthen through the spine and draw the bottom of the rib cage in so that you feel even more engagement across your abdominals. You might even reach your fingertips across your torso and feel that engagement. And keep that going as you broaden through the chest. So take the shoulders and roll them back and down the back side of the rib cage as you broaden across the chest and send the sternum, the breastbone, towards the sky, or maybe even towards the wall in front of you. Allow the palms to rest by your sides, or you might even place them on your thighs, turning the palms to face up towards the sky. Taking a breath here, big inhale. Big exhale. Feeling that expansion. Let's do that again. Big inhale. Big exhale. Releasing that air. Let's keep working our way all the way up to the rest of the body. So shoulders are down and back and open. Line up your earlobes across your shoulders. So again, with that forward moving, everything's leaning forward, including our jaws. You probably don't even notice it sometimes, right? But we tend to stick our jaws out because we're looking, we're seeing, we want to see what's going on. Take your jaw and pull it back so much so that you might even feel like you're trying to create like a double chin of sorts, and you're lining up your earlobes over your shoulders. And then when you've got that, lengthen the top of your head, the crown of the head, all the way up towards the sky, so that you feel as if you're trying to press the very top of your head into the ceiling. It's probably not going to happen, at least maybe not today. Yeah, but if you reach in that space, you can find yourself getting even taller. And take another breath here. Big inhale. Big exhale. Do that again. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And so now we've drawn a little more attention back to the body, we're going to turn it back over to that breath. So as you do that, trying not to lose anything that you've set up for yourself throughout the body. And now on your next inhale, I want you to count slowly and silently. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then up at the top, pause for a moment. Hold that breath and exhale out for that same count. 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Let's stay there with that breath for a couple moments. Inhales and exhales. Taking a couple more rounds here. Coming back to that silent 4 count if you happen to have lost it. One last round. All right, y'all, I don't know what just happened there. I think I got booted off, even though it looks like I'm still playing. But we're just gonna jump right back into where we left off. So if you missed the first part, that was the breathing and the more movement towards the body. So now we're gonna make our way into the guided visualization part. So if you haven't done so already, or if you lost it because the video went down, go ahead and find your way back into that seated space. And let's ground ourselves quickly one more time, just in case you missed or broke off where the video ended. So feeling the soles of the feet pressing firmly into the floor. Go ahead and wiggle the toes around a couple of times. So moving the toes and feeling the sensation of your feet against the floor, or maybe pressed into the couch, or however you might be seated. Just draw awareness, attention to your body. And feel the heaviness through the legs, rooting you down into your seat, so much so that the pelvis, the tailbone, can tuck under slightly. and feel some gentle engagement through your abdomen. So drawing the belly button into the spine, maybe you might even run the fingertips across the torso and pull the bottom of the rib cage in. So we're attempting to lengthen the spine here and get really, really tall. And so as you do that with the lower half, feel the upper half of the torso expand and reach, and draw the shoulders back and down the rib cage as you open through the sternum, through the breastbone, and expand across the chest. And allow the palms to rest either right on your thighs with the palms facing up, or maybe loosely on the couch or your seat next to you, whatever feels most open to you. Continue that sensation as you make your way up through the top of the body. So all the way through the neck, pulling the head back, right? So it might even feel like you're kind of forcing yourself to make like a double chin of sorts, only because we're so used to leaning forward, right? You probably don't even realize it, but if you held a mirror up, you'd be able to see your chin like jutting out, right? We all do it, it's okay. But we're gonna try to get rid of that because it puts strain on the spine. So you're pulling the chin back, make that double chin. And then line up the earlobes over your shoulders. And feel the crown of the head reach all the way up towards the sky. So much so that it's almost like you were trying to rest the very top of your head onto the ceiling. It's probably not going to happen tonight, right? But we got goals. So reaching in that direction allows you to feel the length through the spine. That's our goal. And take a big breath here. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Let's do that again. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. One more time. Bigger and fuller and more expansive, more cleansing than you have done so far. And exhale a lot. Releasing anything that you might be holding on to. And then as we prepare for this visualization, let's just shake it out. So you might take the hands and actively shake them like you had water and you didn't have a towel or paper towels to wipe off on, right? So you're kind of shaking the water off to try to get it off and dry your hands. Do that and imagine that whatever you have been holding on to, physical or non-physical, you are shaking it off and you are free from it so that it is no longer yours to worry about. It's done. The moment has passed and now you can move on and turn your attention back to yourself. And so like I mentioned before, I think I got cut off, the visualization that I'm about to do, normally I would make it really, really specific. When I'm working with clients, it's really specific based on what they are going after. I'm going to do a little more general one tonight just because, I want it to be applicable to whatever might be happening in your world. So I want you to think about one thing, one major thing that you want to accomplish by the end of this week. It is Sunday evening, maybe sometime on Monday if you are in another part of the world. But here on the West Coast in the United States, it is Sunday evening. And you're thinking about preparing for your week ahead. And so you have this one thing, I'm sure there are others, but for right now, you're going to focus on one thing that you would really, really like to accomplish, and you want to accomplish it successfully by the time Friday evening rolls around. And so you've got this thing in mind, and I want you to envision what it will feel like when you have this thing accomplished. And not just see it, but really embody it. So imagine right now it is Friday at 5 p.m. and you have accomplished this thing. You've done it. Check. Done. Off the list, right? You are on to something else and you are so blank. Fill in the blank. What are you feeling? Because you have finished, you have accomplished this thing. And so what does that feel like? What does it feel like in your heart? And what does it feel like across your chest and into your head and in your belly? And are there sounds associated with this feeling? What are you hearing? Is there touch associated with this feeling? Maybe physical, maybe internal, maybe external. Are you doing something differently now because you accomplished this thing? Is there a taste? something maybe going on physically on the tongue, in the mouth, or a taste of something else, accomplishment, success, feeling proud. What does that feel like? And allowing that sensation to wash over your body so that it fully entangles every cell that is making up your being in this moment. And take a big breath here. And exhale fully. And the next time you inhale, I want you to expand that feeling. Make it bigger, fuller, better in some way, whatever that means to you. Inhale a lot. And exhale. One more time. Again, expanding that feeling, amplifying it exponentially. Inhale. And exhale. And now we're going to ground that sensation in. So I want to give you a tool to be able to come back to as you continue on this week. So oftentimes we have the best of intentions, and as the week keeps going, things get in our way. So I want to give you something to be able to come back to so that you have this thing to be able to use. Oftentimes I like to use a pressure point. So all that I do is I just press my middle finger into my thumb. And so as I'm feeling, this sensation that we have just rooted all over our body in all sorts of ways and all sorts of senses, I'm pressing my middle finger into my thumb and I'm locking that feeling, that sensation into that physical movement. Sometimes people like to press their palms into their thighs or do some other thing. I've had people tug on earlobes before, or maybe touch a certain point on their rib cage, right? Something that maybe no one else would really notice, but it's your cue to yourself to be able to come back to that. And so as you do that now, right, I'm pressing my middle finger into my thumb and I am cementing that feeling. So now every time I press my middle finger into my thumb, I remember that sensation of being done, of feeling accomplished, of feeling success, of feeling proud, of feeling like I know that I can do what I put my mind out to do. And take a breath here. And exhale. Good. And slowly release whatever sensation you were doing. So whether it was the palms on the thighs, or the middle finger to the thumb. And just allow the body to be for a moment, noticing with a curious mind whatever is coming up for you. So we so easily want to judge and put labels on things. That was really hard. That was annoying. Why did that take so long? Right? But instead, approach things with a curious mind. That's really interesting that I felt that way. That's really interesting that I picked that thing to be my item that I wanted to accomplish. And so there's this sense of curiosity as you go that allows you to engage with yourself instead of placing judgment. Taking a breath here. Allowing that to settle in and wash over you. And then when you're ready, slowly bringing yourself back into the space, opening your eyes if you haven't done so already, and fully coming back into this space. So I hope that you guys enjoyed that. I'm not sure what happened. I got started with another video where we did a lot of breathing, or another audio rather, where we did a lot of breathing, and then I went into the visualization, but I got cut off at some point. So if you want some of the breathing, I'll see if I can tag both of the videos together. But anyway, that I hope that you enjoyed that. I love doing those things. I use them with clients all the time, and it can be so amazingly effective. So that was why I'm on audio tonight, right? You can probably tell there's no video tonight because I get really into them. I do the visualization with you, and I close my eyes and I breathe and all of that. So I wanted to keep the audio on so that I could really get into that space. So I wanted to also just add on to that another reason why those visualizations are so powerful is because our minds are so powerful. And I've been reading and researching and doing all this stuff on exactly these things, and came across this study that was done by the Cleveland Clinic Foundation. And they did a study basically where they had people physically work out for a period of time and then mentally work out for a period of time. So the people who were mentally working out were just visualizing the things that that they would do during a workout, right, at the gym or in a class or something like that. And the people who physically worked out saw a 30% increase in strength. And the people who visually, in their mind, worked out saw half of that. So roughly 15% increase in strength. So while that's not 30%, that's pretty amazing, right? A 15% increase in strength simply by mentally rehearsing the physical activity. That is amazing, right? And then of course, there have been further studies done that when you combine the two, the actual physical activity and the mental rehearsal, that the results are just exponential, right? They fly off the charts because now you're putting both worlds together and getting the best out of them. Which leads me to my next announcement, which I believe I hinted at it last week, but I have open enrollment for my new program. It is a 90-day total transformation, and it is a program that I am so super excited about, and one that I am so proud of because it is just a culmination of everything that I have been studying and learning during my time here. So I want to talk about who this program is for. And really, it is for the person who is so tired of holding themselves back and knows that they are meant for so much more than what they are currently doing. And they are feeling like they don't know where to turn to, even though they have this aching feeling inside of them that they need to be doing something else. And so that oftentimes can lead to this feeling of being anxious or a bit lost or just kind of like generally dissatisfied with where you're at. And you might even be trying to like convince yourself of what you've accomplished and what you've done so far, that it's enough and you should be happy. But the reality is that you just can't get past this feeling that you need to be doing something else. You need to be doing something greater, and that really you desire this deeper connection to yourself and to the greater world. You just haven't been able to put your finger on it by yourself. And so you're looking for a boost, a push, a gentle, friendly kick in the rear, right, to get you up and moving. And I say that jokingly because really, I mean, like I've mentioned before, I have worked with a number of coaches now, and that is exactly what it is, right? It's not saying that there's anything wrong with you. It is saying that you are awesome by yourself and you need that extra attention and support and guidance and knowledge to be able to take you to the next level and the next level above that and the next level above that into spaces that you didn't even imagine for yourself, because someone outside of you has the vision to be able to see the very highest version of you. So with that all being said, I would love to invite you to have a breakthrough session with me. It is approximately about an hour long conversation, and we'll really just find out what is working for you, what isn't working for you, and whether it would be a good fit for us to work together. Like I mentioned, this is a culmination of everything that I've been doing. So the training and the yoga and the meditation and tapping and health coaching and life coaching and all of it just together. If you want to flip your world upside down in the best way possible and do things that you never imagined that you could do, then this program is for you. And I would love to jump on a call with you. So I will leave a link below the audio. If you have questions, you can leave them in the comments or shoot me a message. Either one is totally fine. I would love to hear from you. And I am excited to talk to you because yeah, this program is going to be amazing. So with that being said, I will talk to you soon and enjoy the rest of your week getting ready with your new visualization of your accomplished, successful self. All right, talk soon. Bye, guys.